The internet is melting down tonight as a bombshell revelation explodes across the digital world, because Candace Owens has just leaked something so shocking, so unthinkable, so earth-rattling that even veteran gossip insiders are calling it the most explosive scandal in modern celebrity history. According to a series of messages she claims were never meant to see daylight, Charlie Kirk, yes, that Charlie Kirk, secretly ordered DNA tests on his own children before his untimely death. Not publicly. Not with family consent. Not even with his closest friends aware. He did it in the shadows, quiet, paranoid, desperate. And Candace says he confided this to her right before everything fell apart. But the real shock, the part that has social media spiraling into chaos, celebrities posting cryptic reactions, and millions frantically refreshing their feeds. Candace claims she has seen the results. And according to her, they were never meant to escape the vault Charlie buried them in. Tonight, those results leak. And what they reveal is so devastating, so catastrophic, so betrayal-drenched that fans are calling it the DNA bomb that could burn an empire to ash. Screenshots. Secret recordings. Insider confessions. Shadowy messages pulled from private servers. Everything is suddenly out. And Candace isn't whispering, she's detonating. This story isn't just scandalous. It's radioactive. Strap in. Take a breath. Because once you hear what Candace Owens is revealing about Charlie Kirk, Erica, the kids, and the secret DNA operation that was never supposed to surface, you won't be able to look away. Not for a second. The internet didn't just explode. It combusted into a firestorm of hysteria the moment Candace Owens stepped into the spotlight. With that trembling voice memo, she says Charlie Kirk left her just 48 hours before he died. A voice memo that he had allegedly sent at 3 in the morning, whispering like a man who had already accepted that danger was closing in on him. "If anything happens to me," he murmured, shaky and breathless, "don't trust what they tell you. Don't trust anyone. Especially not the ones closest to me." The second those words leaked, social media erupted with a frenzy so violent it felt like the internet itself had cracked open. Fan pages crashed, trending searches broke records, and commentators scrambled to react before their competitors could even breathe. But Candace didn't wait for anyone. In her signature icy calm, she uploaded a blurred laboratory envelope to Twitter. Just the envelope. Nothing inside. No context. No explanation. But the internet immediately recognized the logo stamped across the seal. A private DNA testing lab notorious for handling the scandals of politicians, celebrities, and high-profile divorces. People screamed. Timeline meltdown. A digital earthquake. Then, without warning, she dropped a second post, a single sentence that detonated across every platform. Charlie tested the kids. The results weren't what he expected. Within seconds, the internet became a battlefield of speculation. Threads unraveling like wildfire. TikTok theories bloating into millions of views. YouTube commentators scheduling emergency live streams at midnight. But the silence from Erica Kirk, that's what sent everything spiraling into madness. No denial. No reassurance. No legal statement. Not even a PR intern running damage control. Just eerie, echoing silence. And that silence became ammunition for every conspiracy theorist with a keyboard. People dragged up old interviews of Charlie talking about trust. About loyalty. About betrayal. Clips circulated showing Erica glancing at her phone during speeches, smiling a little too brightly, hugging a little too long, laughing a little too freely with the men surrounding her after events. Fans paused frames, zoomed in, analyzed the positioning of her hands, her eyes, her breathing, as if decoding the truth of an entire marriage from blurry screenshots. And yet, Candace kept fanning the flames. She posted an audio recording allegedly from Charlie himself, static-filled, grainy, and chilling. In it, his breath catches as he says, "Something feels wrong. I can't explain it, but I know. I know I have to be sure." The internet froze. Millions listened. Millions replayed. Millions speculated whether the voice was authentic. But Candace swore it was him. And that was all anyone needed to spiral into chaos. Suddenly, old Turning Point USA insiders crawled out of the woodwork with anonymous testimonies, claiming Charlie had been paranoid for months, that he suspected people inside his own circle were keeping secrets from him. Whispered allegations about late-night arguments behind closed doors, about strange financial discrepancies, about meetings he wasn't invited to even though he was CEO. According to one anonymous source Candace hinted at, never naming, just implying like a master puppeteer, Charlie had once stormed out of a staff gathering muttering, "I don't know who to trust anymore." But it was the leaked text message that really set everything on fire. A screen-recorded thread supposedly between Charlie and a private investigator. The final line, allegedly from the investigator, read, "Results confirm your suspicion. I recommend you confront her immediately." The timing of that message, sent mere hours before the event where Charlie was shot, became the narrative centerpiece of every conspiracy. People demanded answers from Erica. They begged. They pleaded. They harassed. They fabricated theories at a rate no human moderator could manage. But Erica stayed silent, even as her Instagram comments filled with accusations and questions that multiplied by the minute. Until a TikTok leaked, anonymous, unverified, but viral, showing what appeared to be Erica pacing backstage at an event, clutching her phone, muttering, "She can't release that. She can't. If she does, it all falls apart." Nobody knew if the clip was real. Nobody cared. The internet collectively decided it was. Meanwhile, Candace returned to Twitter like a woman possessed. She posted a cryptic message, "I'm done protecting people who don't deserve protecting," and immediately followed it with what she called the beginning of the truth. She revealed that Charlie had mailed her a physical envelope days before he died. She didn't open it at first, thinking it was sentimental. Something about a project they had discussed. Something benign. But then came the threats. Emails from blank domains saying, "Stop asking questions." DMs from burner accounts reading, "You're next." A voicemail with a distorted voice whispering, "Stay quiet or disappear." That's when she opened the envelope. And according to her, inside wasn't sentimentality at all, just cold, clinical papers with percentages, markers, and phrases like index inconclusive, non-paternity likely, and further testing recommended. She blurred the children's names before showing the world, but the conclusion was still visible enough to ignite pandemonium. The results suggested that at least one child did not biologically match the man believed to be the father. Fans lost their minds. Influencers made hour-long breakdown videos. Anonymous insiders began posting vague tweets like, "People have no idea how deep this goes." People dug through old footage of Charlie staring at his kids during speeches, searching for the moment he might have suspected something. Clips of his public appearances were reinterpreted as cries for help. Every old speech suddenly sounded like foreshadowing. But then came the leaked voicemail that truly shattered the internet. Candace played it on her podcast, voice trembling as she pressed her finger to her earpiece. It was Charlie. Desperate. Breathing heavily. "I'm sending you everything," he whispered. "If anything happens to me, don't let Erica rewrite the story." At that line, the comments section detonated. Viewers typed in all caps. People screamed into microphones. Fan accounts published videos sobbing uncontrollably. Because the implication wasn't just betrayal, it was institutional cover. Then, at 6:47 a.m., everything escalated. An anonymous account, 0 followers, no bio, no posts in its entire history, tweeted a single file. A PDF titled "The Truth They Hid." The internet froze, then detonated. Millions flocked to download it before Twitter moderators began mass-removing links for unverified sensitive content. But screenshots had already circulated. A few lines stood out immediately, a conversation between two unidentified insiders discussing Charlie's suspicions, his private investigator, and most damning of all, a message time-stamped 2 nights before his death. He knows. We need to contain this before it goes public. Nobody knew who wrote it. Everyone believed it anyway. But the true nuclear moment came next. Leaked footage from a Turning Point USA staff meeting held months before Charlie's death. He looked exhausted, shoulders slumped, voice brittle. Mid-discussion, he snapped at someone off camera, saying, "Stop telling me to calm down. I'm not paranoid. I'm being kept in the dark." Staff members exchanged glances, the kind people make when they know something but refuse to say it aloud. And then Charlie stormed out, slamming the door so hard the camera rattled. The internet exploded with theories. But Candace herself remained silent, missing, offline, unreachable. Until a 45-second audio file leaked. Somebody, somewhere, had managed to record a phone call between 2 high-ranking TPUSA executives. The clip began mid-conversation, voices panicked, hushed, pacing footsteps echoing in the background. "You said she didn't have the full report," one whispered. "She wasn't supposed to," the other snapped. "He wasn't supposed to send anything to her. We're losing control of the narrative. What if she releases everything? We can't let her. If she exposes the part about the second test, the audio cut off." Millions demanded answers. What second test? Who ordered it? Why did Charlie feel he was running out of time? But things spiraled further when an anonymous former TPUSA staffer came forward with a 16-post thread claiming Charlie had grown increasingly suspicious of inconsistencies in his personal life. According to the thread, he had confided in a small group that he believed powerful people around him were manipulating him, controlling information, isolating him emotionally. Screenshots included blurred calendar entries labeled DNA retest and meeting with lab. One entry simply read, "If results match rumors, everything changes." People speculated wildly about the rumors. Infidelity. Hidden lineage. A secret donor. Illegitimate children. Lab mistakes. A swapped test. Every theory birthed a new rabbit hole. Meanwhile, Erica finally broke her silence, but instead of calming the storm, she fueled it. In a morning interview, she smiled tightly and said, "Charlie trusted me completely. He would never do something like that. These rumors are cruel lies." But the comment section erupted. They compared her statement to footage from months earlier where she insisted she didn't know anything about any private investigations. People called out inconsistencies, side eyes, shaky breaths, and the strange way she kept glancing off camera during the interview. One body language YouTuber declared it the biggest tell I've ever seen. Then came the bombshell. A whistleblower claiming to work inside the DNA lab itself posted a cryptic message on an underground forum, saying, "There wasn't just one result. There were 3. And none of them matched what the family expected." Screenshots included blurred versions of test markers that appeared to show mismatched paternity indices. But the true shock was the final sentence. The 3rd test wasn't ordered by Charlie. It was ordered by someone else. Theories erupted. Fans dissected the timestamp on the whistleblower's post. Some said it aligned with the night Candace disappeared from live stream. Others said it matched the date of a mysterious payment entry found in a leaked spreadsheet circulating online, labeled only as consultation fee, private diagnostics. The possibility that someone else had secretly run DNA tests behind Charlie's back spiraled into mass hysteria. But then something happened no one expected. A private group chat leaked, allegedly between several FUSA staffers, showing frantic messages about Candace. One person wrote, "She has the hard drives." Another replied, "If she releases the audio from the board meeting, everything burns." A third said, "We need to contain her before she connects the final dots about the kids." Fans asked, "What final dots? What hidden link?" Influencers cried on camera. Podcasters claimed this scandal was bigger than Hollywood. Some suggested it connected to financial records. Others claimed it involved powerful families. Conspiracy accounts posted diagrams with red string, arrows, and blurred faces. Every guess built a new mythology. But the turning point came when a deleted Instagram story from one of Erica's close friends leaked, screenshot by thousands before it vanished. The story said, she knew about the suspicions way before the tests. She just never thought he'd follow through. People lost their minds. Suddenly, Erica's silence seemed strategic. Her interviews seemed rehearsed. Her hugs with executives looked calculated. Everything from her posture at memorial events to the tremble in her voice became evidence of guilt. Meanwhile, Candace resurfaced. But not publicly. A user on Twitter posted a shaky video claiming Candace had called them from a burner phone. In the clip, the user sobbed hysterically, saying Candace whispered, "They're trying to shut me up. I need time. I need to move somewhere safe. And when I come back, I'll release everything." People doubted the clip. But then more sightings emerged. Candace allegedly spotted at a gas station in Arizona, at an airport in Dallas, on a highway rest stop in Tennessee. Grainy photos circulated, the kind where the person could be anyone, but fans insisted it was her. The narrative built itself. Then the biggest leak yet dropped. A secret recording, 40 seconds long, of what sounded like Charlie confronting someone in a dimly lit room, the acoustics echoing against walls. His voice was sharp, trembling with rage. "You lied to me," he said. "You looked me in the eyes for years and lied." A second voice responded, soft, trembling, unmistakably feminine. "You weren't supposed to find out." Fans were convinced it was Erica. But the final line was the true bombshell, because Charlie's voice cracked as he whispered, "So who's the father?" Before the other voice could answer, the recording cut off. A cliffhanger, so devastating the internet collectively screamed. The 40-second recording of Charlie demanding, "So who's the father?" didn't just ignite the internet, it annihilated every remaining barrier between rumor and hysteria. You could practically hear the collective gasp echo across every platform as the audio cut off, leaving silence so thick it felt like a trapdoor under the entire Kirk empire had swung open. TikTok commentators screamed into their ring lights as they replayed the clip frame by frame, claiming to pick up muffled sobs, a shaky inhale, even the rustling of papers. Audio engineers uploaded detailed spectrogram analyses, insisting the room had to be small, likely a private office, maybe even one inside Turning Point USA headquarters. But the more people examined the clip, the more sinister it became. Someone enhanced the background noise and claimed they heard another voice, a third person breathing, waiting, listening. The implication sent millions spiraling. Was someone else in the room when Charlie confronted the woman he believed had betrayed him? And if so, why didn't they step in? Were they part of the secret? Or worse, were they recording the confrontation themselves? Rumors metastasized like wildfire. Reddit threads ballooned to impossible lengths, moderators deleting thousands of speculative posts before giving up entirely. Fans began demanding the identities of everyone who had access to Charlie in his final weeks. Names leaked. But it was when the interviewer gently asked, "Did Charlie ever confront you about anything?" that everything blew apart. Erica hesitated. Just 1 second. 1 second too long. 1 second long enough for the world to decide she had something to hide. She forced a smile. "Of course not," she said. "He trusted me with everything." The internet erupted with screams of "liar," so loud her PR team couldn't keep up, deleting comments faster than they appeared, but new ones spawned instantly. Then came the catastrophic leak, one so massive that even critics stunned into silence. A Google Drive link appeared briefly on Twitter before being wiped by moderators, but thousands downloaded it in time. Inside the folder were dozens of files, audio clips, surveillance screenshots, financial spreadsheets, fragments of emails, even a photo of a shredded document someone had painstakingly reconstructed. The folder was titled, in all caps, "The Pieces He Left Behind." People dug into it like scavengers uncovering treasure. One file stood out, an email draft Charlie never sent. It read, "If anything happens, look at the second set." They lied the first time. The internet exploded with theories. Was the first DNA test forged? Was the second one real? Who tampered with the results? And who was they? But the most chaotic file was a transcript from what appeared to be a private emergency meeting at TPUSA. The speaker, presumably Charlie, said, "If she thinks I don't know, she's wrong. If they think they can manipulate the outcome, they're wrong. I'm done playing nice. I'm going to Candace." Gasps echoed across live streams as creators read the transcript aloud. The betrayal was complete. The timeline became a war zone of finger-pointing. Suddenly, another leak dropped. A voicemail Candace allegedly received the morning after Charlie died. The voice on the recording, unidentified, distorted, said, "Stop digging. You're next." The moment it hit the internet, hashtag spiraled. Candace's fans rallied. Critics panicked. Supporters demanded police involvement. The line between fiction and paranoia blurred dangerously. Then an insider, anonymous, but claiming to be a former assistant, posted a chilling statement. Charlie found something bigger than the paternity issue. Something about inheritance. Something about power. Something that could destroy everyone involved. She refused to elaborate, but hinted at documents hidden behind a falseback shelf inside Charlie's office. Within hours, online sleuths were posting floor plans of TPUSA headquarters, debating which room she meant. But just when the storm reached maximum intensity, something unimaginable happened. Candace returned. But not through a live stream, or podcast, or official statement. She posted a 14-second video, dark, grainy, filmed in what looked like a cheap motel room. Her face was partially shadowed, her voice low, shaken but fierce. "They thought they could shut me up," she whispered. "They thought they could scare me. But I have the rest of the recordings. And I have the real results. The ones they tried to bury." She paused. Her breath hitched. Then she said the words that detonated the entire digital world. Charlie wasn't the only one who took a DNA test. Someone else did. And the truth about who the real father is, changes everything. The screen went black. And the video ended. The internet screamed. Memes exploded. Reaction channels collapsed under traffic. Fans demanded she release the results immediately. Critics begged for verification. Conspiracy theorists declared the scandal bigger than any political operation of the last decade. But the final blow came 15 minutes later, when Candace posted a single message, "Tonight. Midnight. The full truth drops." The world stopped breathing. If you're still here, breathless, shaken, gripping your screen like the truth might burst out of it at any second, then you already know what you need to do. Stories like this don't just happen. They don't survive without people like you, people who refuse to look away when the truth claws its way to the surface. And right now, you are standing at the edge of something enormous, something dangerous, something that they would do anything to silence. If you don't act, their version of the story becomes the version the world remembers. And you cannot let that happen. So stop scrolling. Stop hesitating. Hit that like button so hard the algorithm can't ignore this truth. Flood the comments with your theories, your screenshots, your receipts. Tell us what you saw, what you heard, what you think they're still hiding. Your voice is the weapon they fear most. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because the next update could drop at any second, and missing it isn't just inconvenient. It's dangerous. The truth moves fast. Lies move faster. And if you're not here the moment the next leak hits, you'll be left behind while everyone else pieces together the secrets powerful people are desperate to bury. This isn't just a channel. It's the last place the truth can breathe. So subscribe. Turn on notifications. Stay awake. Stay loud. Because the next reveal won't just shock you. It will rewrite everything.